So moving on, we'll be having the welcome address and presentation with the topic Then, Now, and the Future. Property markets redefined in the West African region. This will be presented by Wale Ayilara, CEO, Landway Investments Limited. Mr. Wale, please, you have the stage.
Good morning, everyone, and a distinctively warm welcome to the 7th edition of the West Africa Property Investment Summit. A special welcome to everyone who has traveled from far and near to be part of this today. The Africa Property Investment Organization has worked extremely hard to put this together, and we hope you are as excited as we are about this event. Allow me to introduce myself. I'm not Mr. Wale. My name is Shenwei Itayo. I am the Chief Operating Officer at Landway. I am representing Mr. Wale Ayilara here today, who is the CEO and founder of Landway. He is unavoidably absent today. At Landway, we specialize in end-to-end residential and commercial services with projects situated from Eco Atlantic in VI to the Ekwe axis of Lagos State. Development is our strength, and I'm not the only one who thinks so. The company has won several notable awards, including the prestigious 2021 to 2022 International Property Awards. Since its incorporation in 2016, Landway has established 18 residential estates between the Second Toll Gate and Bogije axis. Innovation, commitment, and technology fuel our spectrum of real estate operations. But I don't want to spend all of your time talking about us. Let's discuss the reason why we're here. We are living in, do I have the slides? Okay, we'll just go ahead. We are living in interesting times. Everything that has happened in the last 23 months will go down in history. The most impactful change we've experienced recently in our regional property market is COVID, which taught us many hard lessons. Way back at the beginning of the pandemic, when we thought we still had a hang of things, we found out rather quickly that we did not. Every single economic prediction we had for every market sector was defied. Thank you. It's not doing anything. Okay. Our region experienced negative figures at an alarming rate. All over the world, offices closed, businesses shut down, and job security was at an all-time low. No one was prepared for what was to come. Supply chain bottlenecks hit many companies severely. Availability of already scarce building materials became even worse. This affected the timely delivery of numerous products. We can only imagine how this must have impacted Nigeria and Cote d'Ivoire, countries which account for 80% of the region's manufacturing activity. Volatility in production and distribution affected stock markets everywhere, leading to inflation, general economic uncertainty, and total pandemonium. You get the picture. But, after darkness comes the light. One of the many silver linings in that these events forced us to develop are more efficient ways to maintain market stability. We had to change our orientation, become more value-oriented than simply profit-oriented. One of the areas for value creation was and remains the provision of affordable homes. Amidst all this, challenges and opportunities abound in equal measure for the West African real estate industry. For these reasons, summits like WAPI are necessary to explore the issues that leaders like yourselves must contend with every day. The summit speakers, panelists, and guests will deliberate on these topics in various upcoming sessions. I love a good productive debate, so I'm actually eager to hear some of these panel discussions. Another silver lining is that we are trading in a business that provides an essential need for people. Everyone requires shelter. The International Finance Corporation found that over 40,000 people become homeowners in West Africa on a daily basis. Different segments of the population have different needs. The recent focus demographically at home and abroad has been on millennials. Let's go back some months to July when Lafarge Africa PLC hosted a webinar on new solutions for Nigerians' urban housing. The Minister of Works and Housing, Babatunde Raji Fashola, observed that some of the people with the deepest pockets currently are people in their mid to late 20s. With their backpacks, their gadgets, and their Wi-Fi, they have uniquely distinct tastes. Their home ownership dreams are very different. They're vastly different from the dreams of previous generations. This millennial power buyer trend echoes all around the world. Americans have documented the age range of millennials in 2021 as going from 25 to 40. Those on the older end of the spectrum have already dipped their toes in the real estate pool. They probably own starter homes by now, and the next step for them would be to consider purchasing their first investment property. Meanwhile, the younger millennials are still considering first-time ownership. Making the transition from renting to home ownership is quite an adventure, and we ought to make it a priority to guide them through it. As the African proverb goes, rising early makes the journey shorter. So what's next? What does the future hold? These are the kinds of questions that keep industry leaders up at night. We knew changes had to take place to recover from the crippling effects of last year. But what specific practical steps can we take towards total recuperation? These are not merely idle questions. We need answers because Africa must play its part in raising resilience to all sorts of risk, be they environmental, social, or governance related. It is crystal clear that the new normal has made us more dependent on technology than ever. Yes, digital trends have indeed been with us for a while, but what the pandemic did was push the pedal to the metal in terms of increasing technology adoption rates. That pace of change alone highlights the necessity for continuous innovation. So COVID has really played a significant part in technological advancements. These are exciting, disruptive, and transformative technologies that will redefine our sector, such as the advent of PropTech. Successive lockdowns caused movement restrictions that extended to the real estate sector. It became increasingly challenging to take potential buyers and investors out on physical tours of properties, inspections, and things like that. With digital applications in real estate, now they can inspect these properties virtually, which greatly expedites the decision-making process. For interested parties in the diaspora, this is also a particularly viable solution. In so many ways, PropTech is altering the way we look at housing. To be game changers, for us to stay ahead of the curve, we have to wholly embrace these digital transformations. We might even find ourselves embracing digital currencies earlier than we imagine. I'm not overly fond of the volatility of it, but still, it is becoming a big part of our present-day reality and will most likely be with us for decades to come. A predicted trend at Landway that we at Landway hold dearly involves improvements in customer relationship management. The gains made from PropTech, for example, will free up industry professionals to perform their duties in warm, inviting ways. This is particularly valuable in moments of crisis. Though housing is the primary product of real estate, the business is ultimately about people. I bet by now we're pretty tired of hearing about the pandemic, but it has done so much, like showing us that the atmosphere matters in real estate. Zoom rooms and quiet outdoor spaces have been in high demand over the last 23 months. Our continent's population is rapidly growing, and so is our workforce. With all the changes we have been through, and frankly, even for a little while before Corona, people wanted more live, work, and play spaces. Providing a physical environment that has the employee's experience at heart and is designed to promote purpose, engagement, and collaboration, and innovation is a visionary move. In a commercial city like Lagos, finding a place that offers green and sustainable living is often difficult. It usually comes at a very high cost. One of the ways that Landway is endeavoring to combat these effects is to build eco-friendly wellness cities like Isimi, Lagos, surrounded by nature. Isimi is founded on the ethos of eco-consciousness. In our own little way, we hope to make a small contribution to the reduction of greenhouse gas emissions. The ozone layer aside, there are other challenges for the West African region, mainly funding. I will use this occasion to plead with policymakers. We seriously need to start making policies that would unburden our population. As developers, we want to do more to build a sustainable and value-driven sector, but we cannot do that without institutional partnership. Together, we can achieve this goal. These exciting times call for us to stay malleable in the way we live, work, and even the way we sell. No longer will the old ways serve us. As we mingle and network amongst ourselves today, let's be mindful of how we can encourage each other. It is not a secret that the talented men and women in our industry are well-rounded individuals, full of pertinent insights and industry wisdom. The world of real estate is an exciting one to work, and forums like this are great for meeting like-minded folks. It's going to take communal effort to achieve our goals. Let us continue to inspire one another so that our responses to the various housing needs in our region remains relevant. 3 billion people will need new housing units by 2030, according to the World Bank Group. We need to get to work. Before I close, I would like to extend special thanks again to the Africa Property Investment Organization for all of their hard work. We know what the world has been like since December 2019. What we thought we could rely on proved to be no longer reliable. We've experienced drastic changes on a global scale. We have all had to adapt and adjust to turbulent circumstances. We should all be proud of where we are today and excited about where we're going. Thank you all for attending this summit. As industry leaders, we appreciate your vision, knowledge, and experience. The West Africa real estate industry is in good hands. I look forward to an enlightening summit. I wish you a productive time, and I hope that through our local and international collaborations, we will build sustainable and profitable sector and make it known to all that we are indeed capable of providing the needs of our nations. Thank you very much.